Hey everyone, it's FinalRound, and my name is Jordan, and it is extremely late when I'm filming this, but that doesn't matter to you. Just got done watching the UFC card. Pretty good card. We had a lot of fun in the Discord chat. I did learn a new word, so I'm going to give you guys the sauce. Yeah. But I found some picks in between some fights, and you will see images that come up on the screen. Those will be from a data app called Outlier. There's a link in the description. It'll give you a 7-day free trial for Outlier. Now, this first game, the Connecticut Sun versus the Atlanta Dream, I didn't really like anything that I saw from it just because I know that Dejanay Carrington was taken off the injury report. She was out for personal reasons. And now you're adding her in with Marina Mabrey, and not quite sure how things are going to shake out there. So I don't want to mess with that game because on the other side of things with the Atlanta Dream, they have one of the toughest matchups possible. But Ryan Howard looked pretty good coming back from the Olympic break, but she could get shut down. Tina Charles could get shut down. Alicia Gray could get shut down. It's just... really tough to pick that game, and nothing that I said like, whoa, I really like that line. So going into the Seattle Storm versus the Indiana Fever game, I do like that. These two teams play at some of the fastest pace in the WNBA, and when we get that, we get a lot of scoring. So this first pick that I like is going to be Jewel Lloyd over 20.5 points at -115. The Fever have been giving up the 5th most points in the past few weeks of WNBA play. She did score just 21 points coming back from the Olympic break. She didn't shoot that well, but she still went over this line. She's just a high volume shooter. She's going to take a ton of shots. She's one of the best scorers in the WNBA. Skylar Diggins-Smith really almost dropped like 30 points in that game too, so she didn't really need to score as much, but I doubt we see Skylar Diggins Smith score that many points on the regular basis. It's normally going to be Jewel Lloyd, the one, scoring near 30 points. So she's played Indiana 3 times this season, gone over this line 3 times, 32 points, 22 points, and 34 points. So really like the usage, the volume, the pace, the matchup, history. It's all there for Jewel Lloyd. So I like her over 20.5 points. If you guys could, please like the video. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. And if you have a little bit of extra time, could you leave a comment for the algorithm? You can say anything and it helps. This next pick is one I've taken a lot, but I'm just going to take it again. Caitlin Clark over 9.5 assists. This is at -104. Now, why is it even money? You might ask. This is actually at 10.5, and it got bumped down. Now you're probably thinking, oh, well, why did it get bumped down? Well, the Seattle Storm, even though they play at one of the fastest paces, they don't give up that many points. They're pretty good defensively. They actually give up the least assists over the past few weeks leading up to the big break. So why do I like Caitlin Clark over assists? She's actually gone under in the 3 games that she played against them. So what you see on the screen is Caitlin Clark's entire season. So you'll see she wasn't able to break this double-digit mark for a lot of the season, but something happened with her teammates where it just clicked, where she was able to just find Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, all of her teammates and start getting more assists. And she's been on a roll ever since then. She had a couple of misses there. One of those misses early on was against Seattle on the road. So I'm going to show you her matchups against them. So you'll see that she played 1 home game already against them. This game will be at home. She had 9 assists, and that was not when she had found this new synchronization with her teammates. So she's going to be at home again, and I can filter Outlier to all of the games she's played at home. You'll see she had her stretch where she was figuring things out with her teammates, but as soon as she figured it out at home, she has not gone under double digits. It's been like 13 assist games. So I took a look at the Seattle Storm when they returned from the break at the opposing team's best passer. It was Jordan Canada of the Atlanta Dream, who just returned from injury recently, and she had 8 assists in 29 minutes. So with the fast pace, I definitely think Caitlin Clark can get this done. She's going to have plenty of opportunities to get this done. So for almost even money, I really don't hate the over for Caitlin Clark. And I know that's just a regular play they've been taking, but in this situation where you're getting it for even money, I really like this play. So a note for the Sky versus the Mercury. The Sky will be on a back-to-back. The Mercury will not be on a back-to-back. These two teams played each other on Thursday when they returned from the break. It was a very ugly game. The Mercury destroyed the Chicago Sky. Kennedy Carter was not there. Kennedy Carter did return, but I think she's really still sick. She didn't play that much. She didn't play that well. But the Chicago Sky still played well, but it was against the LA Sparks. So now they'll be on a back-to-back against the Mercury. This could be an ugly game again. We will see. I have not had a chance to take a look at those lines yet, and because it's so late, and I believe they just dropped them. So we're looking for something like Kalia Copper, see where her points are at, probably around 23.5, 24.5. So we'll see. If I like anything, I'll put it in the pinned comment. I just haven't had time because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, guys. Just give me a break. So if you're tired of Prizepicks and you want to try a new app, my partners are Underdog Fantasy, Sleeper, ParlayPlay, and ChalkBoard. Use promo code FinalRound11 on any of these. They'll match your first deposit up to $100. And there's links in the description. I'll take you straight there with the promo code. Thank you to anyone who uses those. I have been preaching Prizepicks. They have been upping their lines lately to where a lot of the plays are like plus 100, and you're not getting the payout that you should be, and those other apps are using dynamic payouts where you're getting better deals. So just check those out if you feel like trying out another app. Doesn't cost you anything to just look at it. This last pick is going to be A'ja Wilson over 26.5 points at -110. This play actually has a 68% hit rate on the season. She's gone over in 2 out of 3 games versus the Sparks this season. Both teams will be on a back-to-back, but the Aces will be staying at home, so they won't have to travel or anything. A'ja just got to go back to her normal bed and rest from that game against the Liberty, a hard-fought game against the Liberty. So with Outlier, I can actually filter back-to-backs. There's just a back-to-back button. You can actually use the days rest. You can do 1 day or 2 days, 3 days rest. So back-to-backs for A'ja Wilson and the Aces, they've actually only played 1 back-to-back, and it just happened to be against the Sparks. So she scored 35 points in that game on a back-to-back. It went into overtime, but I went and I checked, see if she got any additional points in overtime. She actually didn't. So she dropped 35 points in regulation against the Sparks, and the Sparks are actually giving up the second most points overall against teams over the past few weeks of WNBA play. And A'ja Wilson just played the Liberty, who threw Jonquel Jones at her. They threw Brianna Stewart at her. They were throwing all kinds of bodies at her, double teaming her. They know how to guard A'ja Wilson and frustrate her. So now she's going to get a much easier matchup. So she should have better looks. And she still scored 24 points against the Liberty. Sparks on a back-to-back, they just struggled against Camila Cardoso, who hadn't really had that breakout game yet, but that was kind of a breakout game for her. So now that you go from Camila Cardoso to A'ja Wilson, big step up in competition. I'm sure Camila Cardoso, she'll be great, one day, but she's still a rookie. So I do like A'ja Wilson to go over 27 plus points in this matchup. And there is a narrative with this matchup with Dearica Hamby. She's suing the Aces for how she was treated when she was pregnant. There's going to be a lot of people taking Dearica Hamby as like a revenge game type narrative, but Derrick Hamby did not look good against the Sky, so I'm staying away from any of the Sparks. Aces actually went down in the standings. They're going to need to get some wins if they want to get up to solid home court advantage starting off in the playoffs. So if you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. You can hop on in there. It's free. There's a conversation going on about all sports in there. And then as far as the recap goes, it's a weird one. Nafisa Collier of Minnesota, 12.5 rebounds and assists. Minnesota's best rebounder, had 0 rebounds at halftime. This was the same matchup they had just played a couple days before, where she had 12 rebounds and 4 assists. 0 rebounds at halftime. Like, you couldn't even accidentally get a rebound. So she went under on that. That was just strange. Shakira Austin on the other side of things for Washington went over her 17.5 points plus rebounds. Asia Wilson, I had her under 40.5 PRA. She struggles against the Liberty hitting that line, and she went under once again. And then I had Derrick Hamby of the Sparks over 9.5 rebounds. Some people were able to get at 8.5 rebounds, so good for you. But she actually had 10 rebounds for like 30 minutes, and it just sat there at 10. I thought everyone cashed. Everything was good. She had 8 rebounds in the first half, and then all of a sudden they take a rebound away with 5 minutes left, and she's not able to get a rebound. She ends up getting 1 rebound in the second half. So she hooks on the 9.5. Just weird, just crazy. I don't know how you get 8 rebounds and then 1 in the next half, but it's possible, I guess. And then just the stat correction, it is what it is. I don't understand how you accidentally mistake a rebound and then check back on it 30 minutes later. But so that one happened to miss. So they went 2-2. I thought it was 3-1. Hopefully a better day for Sunday. Still trying to figure things out coming back from this break. A lot of players coming in hot, a lot of players coming in cold, things changing from, like, when you have the same matchups, teams going to adjust. The game's going to be different. So still trying to get all of that figured out coming off of this break, but hopefully we can get on a really good roll for everyone that's been sticking with me, and I appreciate you, and I'm just here to help you make money. I'm just doing this for fun, so I'm doing it at 2 a.m. So I'm going to get this edited and get it out to you. God bless you all. It's the final round. My name is Jordan. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.